All right, hey guys, OFD checking in here, and today we've got another watch from AV-8 Watch Company to take a look at. Now, if you guys watch the channel, you know I'm kind of in partnership with these guys. They get a lot of the new additions out to me, and I really appreciate it. Thank you, AV-8. Thank you, Anna, over there. And if you guys aren't aware, this is part of Dartmouth Brands. Dartmouth Brands carries AV-8 Spinnaker, Thomas Earnshaw, I do believe a couple other brands that I can't really remember. But this is kind of going to be an unboxing because although I've looked at this watch, I've had it for probably 3 weeks here at the house, but I haven't really worn it or played with it. So because of the campaign date is actually today, March 8th. I think it's right 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So I'll leave links down below where you can get this watch, but let's go ahead and get it open here. All right, guys. So, and this appears to be, you know, your typical AV-8 packaging. I'm very familiar with this. You have the canvas style box with the little leather patch there on top and the nice stitching all the way around. Always a clean little box to have you get from AV-8 Watch Company with the nice snap closure here on the front. And let's check out this watch. I'm getting emails. I hear it in the background. So, all right, guys. Now, this is the AV-8 Hawker, and this is the Bulman edition. I do believe there's plastic on there. Yep. You guys get to see the plastic come off. And this is a really nice looking watch. Now, AV-8 always kind of names their watches or, after aircraft or after people in aircraft. And George Bulman he was actually the chief test pilot for the Hawker company who was building planes in Europe. He was also a very legendary pilot for the RAF. So enough of that. Let's get into this watch. Now, as you guys can see, this is a three-hand, obviously a quartz movement there, but you also have these sub-dials here at the 12 o'clock and the 6 o'clock position. I'm going to go ahead and move the hands out of the way so we can check that out a little better. Actually, we'll go back here to 1010 so we can check out those sub-dials. Now, it looks like down there at the bottom, that's going to be keeping track of minutes. And I think, let's get it going here. Yeah, up there at the top, you have a running seconds for the chronograph. Now, as always, AV-8 has a very neat dial designs. They put a lot of effort into their dials. They're never just plain and basic. There's always layers and depth to them. This is no exception. As you can see, looking at the watch here, it has wood, actually distressed wood there on the center of the dial. Their sub-dials always look, actually their entire dials always have that look of aviation. Now, they're not real aviation watches. They're just inspired by this stuff, but great looking watch. This one has a stainless steel case that appears to be PVD coated, kind of bead blasted, and then PVD coated possibly because there's no polish to it. You can see the domed, this is a mineral crystal on this watch. But getting back to the dial, you have sword hands on here. And like I said, there's so much depth to the dial. And can you see that these indices here are actually cut out? And it said in the advertisement I've received from them before I put this up that these are all super Loom. So we'll get a Loom shot at the end after we get this watch on the wrist. Going to be a Japanese, I do believe, movement is what they said in the article. Maybe a Seiko possibly on this. So stop that chronograph. Now, as you guys can see here, it's keeping track of the minutes, and we'll reset it. There you go. And you guys, everything lines up nicely on this watch. Beautiful sword style hands, also full of Loom. And you have I think the case, let's see, it's a 45 millimeter case from side to side. You've got 12 millimeters of thickness on this watch. Let me get it off the pillow here so we can look at it. 12 millimeters of thickness on this, 22 millimeter lug openings. And I didn't get the lug tip to lug tip. So let me get the caliper fired up here and we'll go ahead and get that. Yeah, it's zeroed out. So it's going to be a pretty good sized watch, obviously. You're looking at, wow, 54.6, basically 55 millimeters from lug tip to lug tip. So there are a number of different variations of the watch available out there. Go ahead and open this up. Oop, probably should get this off, huh? So you can look at that. So stainless steel buckle, AV-8 logo, also sandblasted and PVD coated. Genuine leather straps. Their straps are always very nice, hand stitched. Genuine leather on the straps. Kind of a distressed leather. It looks really nice. Good hole spacing, cleanly cut into this strap. Taking a look at the other side, you've got your genuine leather there. And it's probably going to have the AV-8 logo, yeah, emblazoned in there. Go ahead and peel the plastic off the case back. Because one of the things AV-8 always does is their case backs are fun. They put a lot into them. And if you're into case backs, AV-8 is one of those companies that really goes the extra mile. So there you guys can see the Hawker Hurricane. Like I said, George Bulman was the chief test pilot for the Hawker company way back when. All stainless steel here on the case. Stainless steel case back, of course, quartz movement, water resistance to 50 meters, so 5 atmospheres. Not something you really want to go diving with or anything like that, but you know, it is a watch that can get wet. It's not going to damage it. I mean, most chronographs are like 50-meter watches anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and pause it, and we'll get this watch on the wrist, and then stick around because, as always, we will go out with the Loom shot. All right, so there you go, guys. I have a 7-inch wrist, and here's the watch on my 7-inch wrist. Now, it's pretty big, but, you know, pilot-style watches are supposed to be big and legible, which this definitely is. 12 millimeters, fits on the wrist nicely. It's not too thick, and you have some nice curvature to those lugs that keep it hugging to the wrist. So great-looking watch. I'm excited about this one. I think that wood inlay on the dial, and then the way they've kind of blacked out the logo here for the AV-8 logo. It does have I think it's got the logo on the crown. We'll take a look at that when I show you guys the Loom, but I'm going to go ahead and charge it up so we can go out with that killer Loom shot. All right, so let's get the Drill Master on here. I did check the crown. It's just, it has a little Target logo on it, but it's, you know, it's just black, so it's nothing super special to show you guys, but it is laser cut and looks good. So, all right, let's check out the Loom. Whoa! This thing has really, really good Loom on it. I haven't, you know, like I said, I haven't worn it to bed or anything like that, so I'm not exactly sure how long it lasts, but definitely great first impressions from this. This is the Hawker Hurricane. This is the Bulman edition. These will be available today, and I'd encourage you to follow the links down below and go check them out. I'm not sure if there's going to be any discounts, but you guys can always try the code OFD20 at the website to try to get a 20% discount. I'm not sure if that's going to work this time, but always give it a try. All right, guys, if you like the video, give me a thumbs up down there at the bottom. And if you have not subscribed to the channel yet, please do. Please do. Thanks, guys.